Hey Scott, we saw Rui guard Kevin Durant in the preseason, and then we got to see him guard him last night. And the tracking stat said he did a pretty good job. What did you notice the difference between the first time and the second time?
Well, I did think, when you guard a great player, how you gain their respect is by challenging them, being physical, and making their life as difficult as possible. And I think in last night's game, he makes tough shots. That's what he's done. He's done it an entire career. He's a tough shot maker. He's close to 7 feet tall. He has a high release, athletic. But I thought Rui didn't give him a lot of comfortable looks. And when you do that, you give yourself the best chance. And there's some nights that you can do all that and it's still not going to go your way. But I thought Rui, he's growing up, and last night he just got a little bit better. When you guard players like that, you get a little better because your attention to detail, your mental antennas has to be up because every second on the floor and every spot on the floor with a guy like KD is he can score and he can embarrass you. So you always have to be ready. But I thought he did a pretty good job. It's not an easy job to guard a player like him.
And what have generally been your impressions of Rui in year two? You know, you guys are 2-1 since he's returned.
I think, like I said, just his comfort level, guarding or knowing the league, knowing the personnel, knowing who. Like he messed up one coverage last night. There's times teams, and we do the same thing with teams. You get in a little bit of a pickle, and you have to make a decision on who's the best shooter. If you always want to err inside of guard the best shooter, and make him make another pass to an average shooter. But I think that him knowing the personnel and is much better, and then be able to see it quicker and internalize it is much better the second year. But I think the biggest thing is just his comfort level with his teammates. You can see it. He's I've said it many times now. He's not as reserved. He's not as shy. He's really, you can see he's really coming into him to his own. And I think our players are noticing that. I know myself and the staff, we noticed that as well.
Ava.
Hey, Scott. Brad yesterday, when we asked him about you guys driving to the basket a little bit more, especially in the first half, said that was something that you guys wanted to do as part of your identity. I'm just wondering what conversations you've had this early in the season about kind of creating a team identity and the way you want to play, or do you not? Are those conversations not so formal as we want to, be this type of team?
No, I mean we talked about not getting to the free throw line certain games, and we can't always say we're not getting the calls. It's how we play impacts that more so than not getting the calls. You get to the free throw line by being aggressive. You get to the basket by attacking the basket. It just doesn't. They're not going to just give it to you. You gotta manufacture those looks and those opportunities. I thought Russell and Brad and our other guys have done a better job. Rui got a lot of paint touches and paint points. But our identity, we want to be a physical, aggressive basketball, a two-way basketball team, and that is going to continue to evolve and develop as the season goes on. But I like what we've done. We're just got to continue to do it. But we want to get to the basket. We want to force teams to move their feet and for kick-out threes, and not just watch the guy work and then wait for the ball. We want to keep working and help ourselves score.
And then going back to Rui, what impact can he have as you guys go face Philly again? Obviously didn't have him the first time around. How can he help out on the defense specifically?
Well, gives us another good player that we can switch out defensively. Last night that team is high level. They can score in many different ways, but Rui gives us the ability to guard many players. So and another thing that he does well, even on the offensive end, if the teams that switch, very rarely, as you've seen last night, point guards aren't going to get away with switching on him. He puts them into the paint and and scores over him pretty quickly. And he's learned also that you got to go up quick and finish it up with either a strong dunk or a quick shot, because there's bigs that are going to be lurking around trying to block you. I thought last year he struggled with during those situations, but I haven't noticed that in the 3 games that he's played now. So that's a definitely improvement on the offensive end.
Neil?
Hey, Scott. I understand if you don't necessarily know the full details on this, but I'm curious. Chicago had a couple guys test positive that both played against you guys that previous Tuesday. Obviously, I'm assuming the league hasn't told you guys anything about anyone being held out for you guys, but is it somewhat surprising given their detailed protocols that you guys can keep on going business as usual?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know all the details on all their situation. I know what we have to do and what we follow. I mean, we're tested every day, and everything has been good. So I mean, we can't let our guard down. We got to be disciplined and focused everywhere, not just on the road but at home. And you can do all that, and things aren't always going to go your way. Hopefully, we can continue to do what we do and also have some luck on our side. You know, we're going to do it, and we listen to what the league shares with us, and we share with the players. But we're constantly on guys, and we have to we got to be wise. It's not easy, but the whole world, we're all in the same boat. We want to be able to knock this out, and with the league, I give the league a lot of credit. They've really given us a great guideline to follow, and we can't relax. It's only 3 weeks into the season, but so far so good. I know there's teams, and there's going to be teams in the future that's going to be hit by a game or two or more with certain guys, but we just got to do our part. It's not easy. It's not easy being in your room every road trip, but we have to do what we need to do.
DA?
Hey, Scott. You guys wound up with Russ in the paint a lot, posting up literally. And I know Houston did that a lot with him last year as well when they went to the micro ball lineup. Was that a pregame wrinkle, an in-game adjustment? And how he's still effective at drawing fouls, and so how important is it that he not only score in the paint but draw fouls, getting a penalty, and that sort of thing for you?
It's important because it gets us in early in the bonus as well. He's as strong as any point guard down there. He's 6'4", strong, quick. He can score around the basket with either hand, but he draws fouls, and those are we've talked about. He's still getting his game legs under him. It's still a few guys. We still got to keep fighting through it. But I thought it's definitely, we don't want him to shoot all threes, but we don't want him to pass up open looks as well. But I thought he did a pretty good job mixing it. He didn't shoot the ball well, nor did Brad. But he that fourth quarter, he really generated a lot of good looks for himself and his teammates by posting up. Rui can post up. Russell's a good post up player. Robin's a good post up player. And I think Brad, in certain nights, he could be a good post up player. But we have to be able to generate points off of those guys post up, not just for them, but to create some actions on the weak side that we can get open shots for some of the guys that are cutting.
Anyone else? Nope. Looks like you're good. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Davis. Obviously, with last year, you were able to take a lot more three-point attempts. The league probably got more of a scouting report on you. Do you feel early on in this season that teams are defending you maybe a little bit differently, or has it been more or less the same?
Well, I don't know if I've been shooting less than last year. I've had some games when I played 20 minutes and still had like 20 or 12 three-point attempts, and yesterday I had 10. So, it varies game by game. Sometimes the defenders are paying more attention, sometimes not. It depends on the team's defensive systems, and but overall, I don't see much different than last year.
Chase.
Davis, it seems like Coach Brooks is working in a few more post ups, and you guys are having more passes come out of the post from players like Rui. As a 3-point shooter, what's that like? As opposed to another pass, getting it from the post, is that a good pass to get in rhythm?
Man, that's like the best shot we can get. During practice, very often the rebounders are standing on the basket and passing from there. So that's if you got one rebounder, and very often since I was playing in Europe, we didn't have that many coaches in the staff, so that's how it's been the whole time. So definitely having a pass come out either after an offensive rebound or just from the post is probably the best look we can get.
Ava.
Hey, Dallas. Scott mentioned last night he was not very pleased with the transition defense he saw. Wondering what you saw when just reviewing game tape or what you thought about that.
We lost you there for a sec, Davis.
Okay, I thought it was me.
I had to look at all you guys at the top that have your cameras on to make sure it wasn't frozen.
Sorry to make you answer again, Davis. Just asking what you saw from transition defense last night and if that was a focus of practice today at all.
We just looked at film, since the schedule is so tight, like sometimes more of a mental thing. I don't think there's much you can do on the court defensively to improve transition defense. Just focus when you're in the game, and you can see that in film and know what to do. Just talk it over, and hopefully we limit those mistakes in the future.
How is it so far in practice with the condensed schedule? Are you missing having more of a regular practice schedule and having time to work things out, or does it not matter to you because you'd rather work things out in game?
Well, overall, the previous seasons also we didn't have that much time to practice anyway, and now we get a little bit less. The guys that we playing more are not.
Someone must have installed dial-up internet while we were gone.
I feel bad. I don't know. I'm good.
All right, we'll take one more question from Zach then.
Actually, I'm good too, because if we don't have video, it's not going to work for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Davis, I think you're good to go then.
Rui, are the reads you go through in the post now any easier than they were last year?
Oh yeah, obviously, I train a lot, like like I talked about, I lift a lot. I got a trainer in LA. I was working out with them, and I think my body got stronger through this off season, and right now, especially with the playing with the Brad, Russ, TB, those guys, and DB, and those guys open up the floor and stuff. So it's really easy to post up, and especially right now, all the other teams just switching on me. So I got the small guys on me, so that's why it gets easy.
Neil?
Hey, Rui, I'm just curious how you felt conditioning wise, and if you think at this point it's pretty much you're back to your normal self.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I played 3 games now. My first 2 games was had a 20 minutes restriction and stuff, but I was fine. I played 30 some last night. My body's feel fine, and yeah, I'm just ready to play my minutes, and yeah, I think hopefully we're gonna win a lot of games.
And just your play in the post, obviously when teams put a smaller guy on you, that's a focal point that the team is trying to run the offense through you. What's your different reads and what are the different things that you're looking at, whether it's okay, how am I going to shoot this ball, or who can I get open to pass the ball to? What are the different things going through your head there?
I feel like it's just a play style, like feeling. I've been playing like that since I was high school. I literally can play any position. From girls to center. I don't have a position. I really can do whatever. It depends on the how they defend and stuff. Especially last night they were just switching and small girls and stuff. So I was just posting and getting the easy point, shooting threes, pull up, anything like.チームとしても4のポジションで足りないところがあったってずっと言ってたので、その最初の5試合の時、僕もなんていうんですかね、責任感を感じながら試合を臨んで、こういい感じで、特に昨日の試合は、メッツっていうのは本当にいつでも一番になるんじゃないかっていうぐらいのチームだったので、勝利は大きかったです。
昨日は後半ディフェンスが本当に引き締まりましたよね。
そうですね、もう後半だけじゃなく、もう試合全体で、得点見るとあまりそんなにディフェンスをしっかりできたようには見えないんですけど、チームの内容的には本当にディフェンスをしっかりできた試合だったので、1試合通してそうだったなと思うので、それが勝利につながったと思います。
やはりコミュニケーションが良くなってきたっていうことなんですか？
それもそうですね。あと、僕らのどれだけ勝ちたいかっていう気持ちも、そういうところもどんどん出てきましたし、チームとしてもすごい勢いがあったなと思いました。
あと、昨日八村選手、ケビン・デュラント選手とのマッチアップで、デュラント選手のスリーをよく止めていたと思うんですけど、振り返っていかがですか？
そうですね、もう彼も小さい頃からよく盛りやすかったなと。
あと、今ちょっと途切れてしまったんですけど、あと八村選手は今シーズンポストでのプレーが光っているんですけど、やはりオフにつけた体重が活かせているように感じますか？
そうですね。こう今プレーのラステルもいますし、ブラッドもいますし、中でもっとオープンなこの試合ではすごいそこを見分けてうまくできたんじゃないかな。
先ほどブルックスコーチは八村選手がローポストで躊躇しなくなったと言っていましたけど、そのあたりどう思います？
そうですね、もうそれはもうラスからも言われてて、もう僕がポスト持ったらもう思い切っていけっていうそういうふうに言われましたし、そういうところもすごい僕の自信にもなりましたし、そこはすごい大きいんじゃないかなと思います。
では僕から最後に、次はあさって76ers戦ですけど、また東の強豪を倒すチャンスですね。
そうですね、シクサーズも僕ら毎年、毎年というか、去年も、何回もいい試合して、僕も1、2勝ぐらいしてるので、そういうところでは、すごいなんかライバル感みたいなのがあると思うので、明日は絶対勝ちたいな、明日というか次の試合は絶対勝ちたいな。わ
かりました。ありがとうございます。では、メディアの皆さんの質問に行きますが、質問がある方はレイズハンドをしてください。お願いします。山脇明子さん、お願いします。
すみません。よろしくお願いいたします。
はい。
はい。 3試合を終えたところなんですけれども、この3試合を終えて、八村選手自身、手応えというのはどれくらい感じていらっしゃいますか？その1年目に比べてどういうところがすごくやりやすくなったとか、うまくいきそうだとか、そういったことはありますか？
そうですね、まあ、こういう試合の流れというか、なんですかね、自分のなんかもう試合に対する準備の仕方とか、そういうところとかからも慣れてきたので、そういうところを全く心配しないで、去年とかはそういうところでも結構、苦労しながらやってきた